Hi, everyone. Have you ever met someone and felt like you've known them forever? And maybe they instantly felt like home, and maybe they challenged you in ways no one else ever has. Or perhaps they entered your life only for a brief moment, yet changed you forever. What if those connections aren't random? And what if your soul remembers a story your mind has forgotten? So today, that's what we're doing. We're opening the Akashic Records to explore the past life connections that continue to shape our relationships today and the gifts that those soul connections may bring into our lives today. So I'm Diane G, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host. Oops, correct. Linda de Gonzalez over here, and you're watching Into the Ether. I want to say hi to the people who are in the audience. So we have Missy Nelson. Hi, Missy, who's very early today. Hi, Missy.
Yeah. Mm.
And
Yeah,
Tiffany
Missy is the
Teasdale.
first one in the chat.
She gets the cookie and the gold star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the juice box.
Tiffany. Oh, and the juice box. Yeah, let's not forget about the juice
No,
box.
we can't forget the juice box.
And Tiffany Teasdale is here. And Fleet M. Hi, hello and welcome from. She's they're from UK. And
Hi.
Mary Mystical Signatures is here. Hi, Mary. And Plucky is here. Plucky Heroine. Hi,
Hi,
Plucky.
Becky.
And the Painless is here. Hi, the Painless. Lily is here. Mere Dragon is here. Hi, Mere Dragon.
Hi, Mayor
Ace
Dragon.
Ace and Lori. And I'll just call you Gaia. I mess up the numbers all the time. And Candy B is here. Hi, Candy. The Dreamers music is here. Hello. And Kubra K Light. Hi. And Tinkerbell is here. Hello and welcome, everyone. And Maria Feels Grateful is here. Hi,
Hi,
Maria.
Maria.
And Delphi is here. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
And
Delphi.
if you've noticed, people are already starting to put up the hashtag for today. Oops. There we go. What am I clicking?
I don't know.
There we go. The hashtag for today is hashtag gift. If it's your first time here, we randomly draw for people to read for later. And the hashtag for today to enter that draw is hashtag gift. And just a heads up, we win all the time, but it's
Yeah.
not rigged.
It's not rigged. It's because we have to enter because we put it into the chat, the uh hashtag gift to enter the draw for a reading. So that means we've entered ourselves because the software is stupid and it just, you
It
know,
picks us up
it
and
picks
then
us
picks
up.
us for the draw as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been accused countless times that this is rigged. But again, today we were actually talking about, Linda and I were talking about the topic for today. And she was surprised because this felt like a private reading
Call
question.
me out, right? Call me out.
No, it's because my guides have been directing me towards this topic this entire week while I was planning. So I'm like, I don't know what's up. But whenever something or my guides are guiding me towards something, it usually ends up benefiting at least one person in the audience who really, really needs it, or a lot of people. So yeah, even though I don't know what's going on, I'm going with it. Um, because relationships are often where we experience a lot of things, like our greatest joy and our greatest challenges. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't just have to be romantic relationships. Although, whenever we say relationships, somehow our minds just jump to romantic relationships because they have brought us a lot of joy and pain. But the relationships also give us a lot of soul growth. So let's uncover some of that gifts and growth. Growth. What is with me? I keep I keep mispronouncing things. Growth that we have learned from past life relationships. So we naturally wonder why certain people have such a profound impact on us, why some relationships feel instantly familiar, why others stir emotions that we can't quite explain. So while it's tempting to assume that every meaningful relationship must come from a past life, if you watched Soul Cloud last week, or sorry, a few days ago, um, you know that it's not always coming from past life connections. There are people who we meet for the first time in our present life. Um, and the Akashic Records often reveal something a lot more nuanced than we might think. Um, but sometimes there isn't. And even when there is, the story isn't about proving who someone used to be or assigning blame to anyone. It's about understanding what our soul is experiencing right now and understanding them through our past and our history as a soul. So today we will be reading two questions. First is, what past life connection is influencing my current relationships? So it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, it can be about family or friends. And the second question we will be asking is, what gift is this connection bringing into my life? And as always, we will open the Akashic Records and share what comes through. So it will be fascinating and exciting to see where our readings go and overlap. So let's step into the ether. But I want to say hi to the people who might have come in a bit late. Uh,
Aaron O'Nugent,
Hi,
Leah,
Erin.
Catherine, um, let's
Ralph
see,
is here. Hello, Ralph.
Ocean Garnet's here.
Star Travel Music. Welcome, Shin Garnet. Thank you for being here, everyone. And Catherine318 is here. Hi, Catherine. Catherine is always waiting for me to win the giveaway tool.
And you always do.
I always do.
Astonishing.
I'm very lucky. I don't understand, but I'm lucky.
Go buy those lottery tickets, girlfriend.
I know. I wish my luck would translate to lottery. Okay,
Oh,
everyone.
yeah.
Let's take 3 deep breaths as we open the records. Only the highest frequency of love and light can remain in the sacred space and all objects in the sacred space. For the highest good of this group, consisting of myself, Linda, those who are watching right now, those who will join us later, and those who are watching the replay. All other energies must leave now. All other energies must leave now. All other energies must leave now. Now I call in the highest level of the divine that knows that love is the power and the truth from which we read, our highest level guides and angels to help us with this reading. Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, please hold the sacred space. And so it is. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good, the highest good of all, and the most benevolent outcome. Akashic Records Master, Spirit Guides, and Angels, please let us know this group in the light of the Akashic Records and enable us to share the wisdom and compassion that the Masters, teachers, and loved ones have for us. The records are now open. Here we go. Oh, Catherine is saying, Diane, hope your power and internet are happier today. I'm actually monitoring it. I'm trying something new. And so far it's working, Linda. I'm so happy.
Ah, good.
Like usually when I use Chrome, it goes 100%. My CPU goes 100%, but now, oh, so it is like a Chrome issue. So again, our hashtag for today is hashtag gift. If you haven't entered it yet, please enter it right now. Once you've entered it just once, It's always there for the entire episode, so you just need to enter it once. Linda,
What?
thank you for managing the music.
Oh, I thought,
Linda!
oh, okay.
I,
So it wasn't you this time. It was me. Woo.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket after we're done here. Go to
But
the
see what
gas
we
station.
mean, guys? We always win.
Yeah, we can't help it.
Fleet M 1732, please say hi in the chat.
Oh,
Let us know that
Fleet.
you're here.
Fleet said their name is her name is Maria.
Oh, Maria. Hi, Maria.
Yes, the fickle finger of fate. That's right. Thanks, Tinkerbell. Ah,
Plucky Heroine 9482. Congratulations, Plucky. Let us know here in the chat.
yeah, please say
that
hi in the
you're
chat,
here.
you guys, all you winners.
Ocean Garnet. Congratulations, Ocean Garnet. And last for this round,
Lucky's here, but I'm still waiting for Maria for Fleet
Fleet M.
1732 and Plucky. And no, not Plucky, Ocean Garnet. Ah, there's Ocean Garnet.
Last for this round, we have Mere Dragon. So later we're going to draw for another round of readings, but for now we have 4.
There's Fleet. Oh,
Oh,
Fleet. Sorry, you go.
Fleet, we're not taking specific questions today. We are answering 2 prompts. First is the one right above here, and the other one is right above Linda. There. But we will be doing. Hold on, let me just double check my my schedule. Okay. Ouch. We will answer. We can answer this question uh, for the Galactic Akashic Records readings. I'll have that next week with Diana Bowles, or you can also come by Soul Cloud. This will be on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. But for now, we are answering questions uh, that are above us. So thank you so much for your understanding, Fleet. Okie And,
Okay, we've got everybody.
not yet. We are still waiting for.
No, we've got Fleet, Plucky, Ocean Garnet, and Mere Dragon.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm just going to check for Plucky. Oh, there we go. I see.
Yeah.
Plucky. It's not start. She's using the peach farts.
Yes.
Love it. The first person we are reading for is Fleet M. So for Fleet, what past life connection is currently affecting relationships? Was this in Africa? Was this on Earth? Not in Africa. Asia? Southeast Asia. I'm being shown a past life that you had in Southeast Asia, Fleet M, or Maria, and you were male in that lifetime. You had a partner with you and a son, And what I'm seeing is that your family is standing at a high place, and you were overlooking land. And in that land, there were animals that looked like uh, a pack of wolves. It isn't much about your relationship with your family or your wife that they are highlighting right now. It's your connection with nature that they are actually highlighting. And it's not nature in the sense of flora, but also fauna, your connection with the animals. And what I'm feeling as I'm looking into the scenery, into the vision, is that you have high respect for everyone. You don't regard the plants and the animals as lower beings. You have high respect for them. Okay. You understand the cycle of life and how the plants are things that, well, the plants are things that you can eat. You understand that every organism, every being, whether plants, animals, they bring balance. That's why you have such high respect for them. And this was something that you were teaching both your wife and your son. You have passed this on to them. So if you have like a love for nature and for animals in this lifetime, they're bringing it back to that lifetime. I hope that makes sense.
Hi, Maria. One of the soul gifts that that connection has brought you is the gift of understanding nuance, understanding that things are never black or white or one or the other, um, that life is complicated. I mean, it sounds really dumb when I put it into words, but um, it's about good judgment, and it's about understanding that judgment is, or discernment, I guess, that there's a lot of factors that are involved in perception and in decision making, and that you have a good awareness because of your sensitivity to the natural world, because of your connection with the natural world. You have um, you have good discernment and good judgment, um, because you don't let your judgment be clouded. Like you don't have that all or nothing thinking, black or white, black and white thinking. Um, yeah, I hope that made sense. It made perfect sense when it was in my head.
That's what stuff about reading sometimes. It makes sense when spirit shows it to us, but
Yeah,
it's hard to say it in words.
it
But
makes
in words,
yeah, it makes perfect sense in my head, and I just um, I hope that I was able to communicate it to you
the
clearly.
word that came up while you were reading uh, for me was interconnectedness.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
Maria sees
the
that.
web of life. Everything is
Yes.
connected. Everything is connected, and you have an awareness of that. That supports your discernment, that supports
Mhm.
your judgment, that supports the way you approach your own life. This is a real gift. This is not something that a lot of people have. Most people are completely oblivious to, I mean, even, oblivious to the fact that all life is connected, deeply connected. Hmm. Yeah.
I
I
love
hope
that
that
from
was
Maria.
helpful to you, Maria.
Thank you so much for letting us read for you, Maria, and we hope that helps. And thank you so much for complimenting my room, Leah.
Yeah,
Leah is loving my colored lights.
I do too. Your fairy lights, they're wonderful.
Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Maria. I'm glad you understand. And everyone, I've heard your Gerald's.
Gerald's not even, oh, can't say his name 3 times. Oh,
We've already said it twice.
I know. Okay. He who shall not be named.
So the next
Okay.
person we are reading for is Plucky, who is
Hi,
using
Lucky.
the exclusive emojis from Linda's membership. So
Yes,
everyone, if you haven't if you're not a member yet, please check her channel out. The
yeah,
links are in the description. She has membership, and you get to use all those cool emojis. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, look in the chat.
custom
These are
emojis. Custom
yeah,
emojis, I tell you, I
custom.
did them myself. I'm not joking. Because who else is going to have a fart emoji, right? Gerald. And he doesn't have one.
You said his name thrice.
Oh, oh God. Okay. All right. Okay, he'll be here any second. Just watch.
I
Um,
know.
Plucky. What past life connection and having an influence on you? Hmm. Okay, so Plucky, I am kind of floating over the ocean. Oh, I got big chills. I'm kind of floating over an ocean. I see a little fishing boat. Uh, I don't see any land, so I can't tell you when or where this was yet. Maybe later something will show up. And you're, oh, this is probably Southeast Asia somewhere because it's one of those big round weighted nets that you have to fling out and then draw back in and ouch. And um, so that's you. You're a fisherman. You look to be uh, like in your maybe 40s, a man. Um, you're not really happy because you're not getting a lot of fish. And this is hard work. You're in the hot sun. And that net takes a lot of skill to fling so that it spreads out properly on the ocean and then it sinks and hopefully catches a bunch of fish and then you draw it back up again with the fish in it and you're not getting enough fish and you're a little you're anxious about that. You're worried. Okay, so what's this got to do with anything? This has to do with your relationship to the material world and meeting your needs. Ah, okay. Okay, so this has to do, as I said, with your relationship with, ouch, sorry, Wanda, did I disturb you? Yeah, she's very much the boo bird today. Um, your needs are not just material, your needs are intellectual, emotional, spiritual. You have more than material, your needs are greater than just feeding your face. I, I, that in that lifetime you went to the temple and you made offerings and you asked the monks to chant for to say special chants for you, like, well, prayers, okay, that's not what they called them, but to say prayers for you, to say chants, sing chants for you. And But the lesson is that life, your life, what you learned is that life isn't just about survival. There's more to life than survival. I mean, from myself, that's easy to say, Maslow's hierarchy, hierarchy of needs. It's easy to say that when your rent is paid and you have food in the fridge. When you don't have those things, it becomes much more difficult to maintain a balanced approach to your needs, you know. But there you are. That's what I have.
Awesome. Even before you started reading, Linda, I drew a card for Plucky.
Okay.
And
Oh,
uh,
Gerald is here. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Shit.
Gerald is there
Hi, Gerald. Welcome. See, we knew.
every time. Okay, Plucky. What gift is this soul connection bringing into your life? The card that I pulled for you is perseverance. You understood that you needed to work hard in that lifetime for you to survive. And there's something about balance that you also
Yeah.
had to bring. It's the balance between the things that you can control. So, the things that you can control, you can apply perseverance to those. But also in that lifetime, you understood that there are things that are out of your control, like how the fishes move and the time that they were there. So, you can't change that. You can't force the fish to go into your direction.
Yeah.
So, you had to adapt to that. That's something that you understood from that lifetime. So the gift that it brought to you in this lifetime is that understanding that and that discernment that there are things that you can control and can't control. So you have a good discernment between those. That is the gift that the soul connection brought into your life. So I hope that helps, Plucky.
It
And
brought you a lot of peace, or it can bring you
mhm,
a lot of peace, being able to, like, not sweating what you can't control.
mhm. Because I what I saw while you were reading, I was there with you, Linda. And what I saw was that it was very hard. It was frustrating, Plucky, in that lifetime uh, because things weren't going your way, at least for a certain while.
Yeah.
And what you realized in that lifetime, Lucky, was that, hey, if things aren't going my way, maybe it's my perspective that should shift. And it's something that you brought here with you in this lifetime. So I hope that helps, Plucky. And thank you so much again for letting us read for you today. And since Gerald is already here, we can say his name freely. Avert your Geralds, everyone.
Yeah. Since Gerald's here, yeah, we'll just go ahead and say Gerald, Gerald, Gerald.
Yeah.
Hi, John Clark. Nice to see you.
Hi, John. And next person we are reading for is Ocean Garnet.
Hmm.
Okay, what past life connection? Ocean Garnet's current relationship. The relationship that they're bringing forward is your relationship with your family. Okay, where was this? The city that they're showing me right now looks European. Okay, is this in Ukraine? In present? Right? You had a past lifetime in Ukraine. You were male in that lifetime, is what they're showing me. And you had a wife and a son. Okay, show me more details. They're telling me that earlier in that lifetime, you were orphaned. Both your parents passed away because of a disease, and your aunt in that lifetime couldn't raise you. So what she did was to put you up for adoption. Like during that time, they brought you into what looked like a church. They brought you there for so that they can take care of you. But basically, when you were a child in that lifetime, you didn't know you didn't know what family was. Your family was the other kids in that orphanage. You didn't know what a loving parent what a loving parent looked like. You didn't understand family when you were younger. And you yearned to have a family of your own. So later on in that life, I'm seeing you in your 30s, mid 30s, and you found someone that you loved and you married her and you started a family together. And that's where you understood, like, oh my gosh, this is what I was lacking all my life, the love of family, the togetherness of a unit. And so you valued what you had because of the lack of it that you experienced when you were younger. So that was the past life connection that's affecting your relationship right now or relationships.
You tend to see, as a result of that, the gift that you bring is you tend to see, and this isn't a bad thing, you tend to see most of your relationships in terms of family. So you're very supportive, inclusive. That's the word. You're fully aware that, there's going to be the crazy uncle or aunt. You're very welcoming in your relationships with people. You're very welcoming and inclusive and warm and supportive. And oh, yeah. So the word that I'm hearing is boundaries. And I think that there may be a lesson going on right now about boundaries or coming up about boundaries and who you bring closer to you and who should maybe be a little further distant from you. Because not everybody needs to be in your family, okay? Not everybody is safe to be welcome. There, that's it. Not everyone is safe for you to welcome into your heart. And either it's just coming up or you're in the middle of it right now. You're learning to set those boundaries to protect yourself, to protect your growth, to protect your heart. Ah, well, there you go. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to say you're too open because um, there. I don't personally believe there is such a thing as being too open. I think that um, be as open as you can and make sure you have good boundaries, because having good boundaries does not prevent your openness. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't close you off. You're open to everyone. You give everyone a basic level of trust and respect, and then you see what they do with it, and, and, then, implement boundaries if you have to. 'Cause, 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 So I hope that's helpful.
Uh, Ocean Garnet was saying that history seems to be repeating itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that perspective of a past life that is affecting or influencing your current relationship helps you uh,
Yeah.
with making your decisions for this lifetime. So thank you so much for letting us read for you, Ocean Garnet, and we hope that helps. So next person we are reading for the last for this round is Mere Dragon. And again, avert your Geralds.
Hi, Mere Dragon. Ah, Mere Dragon. What past life connection? La, 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 la. Oh, so Mere Dragon, I'm looking at a pine forest in the winter. It looks real Canadian to me. I mean, this is Northern Ontario or Quebec, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's Ontario in Canada. Mm, rocks and trees and rocks and snow. Um, I don't recognize the tribe from what you're wearing. You're an indigenous woman. You're tramping through the woods. You're carrying um, a bag on your back. You don't have any children with you. There's no man with you. You're on your way from one village to another, from one settlement to another. Okay, so this is really unusual. People don't travel alone in the winter because the wolves are hungry, the bears are hungry. Um, it's got to be some, let me see why. Okay. You have 3 kids. You have left them behind with their father, and you are traveling to your parents' home, to your hometown, essentially. You've been traveling for 2 days. You're tired, but you have lots of food, and you're cold, but you're not in any physical danger. Well, except from the bears and the wolves, of course. But you have a knife. You have a bow and arrow. You're actually very capable of looking after yourself. So so it's a 3 day, no, 4 days. In good weather, it would be 3 days, but because you're tramping through knee deep snow, um, it's 4 days. And you finally get to your home village. Everyone's very surprised to see you. So you left your husband and children because essentially he wasn't treating you respectfully. Now, in those villages, that was not accepted. Like in the culture, that is not acceptable, and was uh, your husband was admonished many times by the village elders and by his buddies, like his peer group, the other men in the village. He was um, like everybody knew, and but the village tried to support you, and um, but that wasn't possible. And finally, well, you became afraid for your life, and there wasn't anything the village could do to protect you from that because, I mean, there wasn't anything the village could do to protect you. So you left the children behind, hoping that you'd be able to go back and get them when the weather improves. Ah, hmm. So now this has become a matter of, since you left him, this has become a matter for the village elders in your home village to discuss with the village elders in that home village and see what can be negotiated. Just on a personal note, I'm struck by the amount of support you received. I'm struck by the fact that everyone believed you, everyone knew, nobody tried to hide from it, nobody tried to say, oh, he's just having a bad day. None of that. It was all very clear, clear and based in observable reality. I love that. So until the Okay, so the negotiations, what they involve is who's going to look after the kids because everybody thinks the kids should be with their mom because they're still pretty little. I think the oldest one is like maybe 7 or 8, like elbow high. Um, and even though you know that they're well looked after by the family, by the extended family, like their grandmothers and aunts, their grandmother and their aunts, you still want them. So that whole thing will be negotiated between the villages and your husband. Yeah, you left the children because they would not have been able to, you didn't leave them. Okay, I'm going to, I've been trying to sort of dancing around the topic. You were afraid for your life. You knew that the children wouldn't be harmed. You had to remove yourself. You could not take 3 children with you, tramping 4 days, and with 3 kids, that would make it like 5 or 6 in uh, minus uh, 20 degrees and knee deep snow. That would be dangerous. That would be foolish to do that, to put the children, well, and yourself too, at such risk. So, for their safety, you left them behind. And for your own safety too. That's why you left. So, yeah, so Mere Dragon, that you didn't leave them because, they were in a way they were inconvenient, but it was their safety that was, because we're talking about the dead of winter in northern Ontario. I say minus 20 in Fahrenheit. I think that's like what, minus 30 or something. I'm not sure, but it's really freaking cold. Ah, okay. Well, that's what I got for you.
So, what gift is this soul connection bringing into your life, your dragon? When Linda was talking about the community, the Akashic Records masters were telling me, that's it, focus on that. Because this is about your relationship with your community. Um,
Mhm.
you left them there because you trusted that community with
Yeah.
all your heart. And it's not about you being an irresponsible parent, because it's not what the
Yeah.
story is about.
Yeah.
This is about your trust in them. And I drew a card for you, and it's empathy.
Mm.
That community is something, or it had empathy for you and your children, because they understood that you weren't leaving them behind because you didn't love them or because you were irresponsible. On the contrary, it's actually the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It was a tough decision for you, but it was necessary for your growth and for your survival and for the kids' growth and survival, because I drew a second card, and it's about growth. Not much on your part, but I was getting this was for your children. You knew that if you took them with you, they would be in danger. They would
Yes.
be at risk. And you wanted them to grow. And there was no one that you trusted more than that village, that community that you had, because they were such loving people. And I feel like this is a community that you're yearning for in this lifetime. Either you're yearning for or you already have it. I hope that you have it, because it's really beautiful. The way you trusted them and the way they had empathy for you and your family in that lifetime. It's just so beautiful. It's hard to paint it through words. I wish you could just project it in your mind, or in the screen, how
Mm.
loving that community was and how caring they were. Like
Yeah.
what I was seeing was there was a group of women who would take turns in looking after the kids, at least for a while they were deciding on who would take care of them for good. But it was really like a teamwork and
Mhm.
a community work for them. They took it very seriously. So just keep in mind that you weren't irresponsible. So there's no need for you to feel guilty about this. It was all part of the big plan,
Yeah.
if I may say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one blamed you for leaving them behind because they the fact that you took off on foot by yourself for that journey because everyone knew what was going on.
Uh,
Yeah. Bravery and sacrifice. Yeah.
yes. Catherine is saying it takes a village. In this story, yes, it took a village.
Was a good village.
It was. So thank you so much, Mir Dragon, for letting us read for you today. And we hope that helps. Can we do four more, Linda?
Yeah, we can do as many we can do four more.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you haven't done it yet, everyone, please enter the draw for a reading. If you've entered it before, you don't need to enter it again. You're in for the entire episode. Maria feels grateful. Congratulations, Maria.
Hmm.
Catherine 318. Congratulations, Catherine. Deep Painless. Congratulations, Deep Painless. Please say hi in the chat, everyone, that we're drawing. And last for this round and for this episode, Delphi 2236. Congratulations, Delphi. And please say hi in the chat. So we have Maria is grateful, feels grateful.
Yeah.
Catherine, the painless. So we're still waiting for Delphi.
Delphi. Are you here, Delphi? Are you here,
Delphi.
Delphi? There she is. Nope, there she
Hello.
is.
Oh, she's here.
Yeah, she's
There
here.
we go. I was trying to call her.
Yeah, who has the landline anymore?
Hey, but some people still use that as their
I know.
ringtone.
I know.
Okay, the first person we are reading for is Maria feels grateful. What past life connection is influencing her current relationships?
Hmm.
Let's see. Maria. What I'm seeing for you, Maria, is a past lifetime. I'm getting Romania, and this feels like a really grand room. You were at a party or a ball, and I'm seeing like just a lot of people, nobilities, rich people. You were female in that lifetime. You were holding a wine glass and talking, chatting with everyone. Okay, can you give me more details about this lifetime, please? Okay. What they're telling me is this was you trying to find a husband. You're mingling in that crowd because you were trying to find a husband. So your family, your father was of nobility, and during that time you were fit for marriage. So they were trying to introduce you to society, and you were meeting suitors. The Akashic Records masters are telling me, but everyone bored you. Each of them were only interested in your father's title and your wealth. They knew that you weren't going to inherit anything because you were a woman, but they were just really after money, after your wealth, after your father's title and the influence that he had over the land. And you understood that, but you were still willing to go there because you didn't have any choice. For you, what was most important was that your husband to be is a good conversationalist because you feel like that's what you needed. But everyone just bored you. Everyone just bored you. But interestingly, you found someone who doesn't talk a lot. Like I'm seeing your husband in that lifetime or the person you married later in that lifetime at the corner, not talking with anyone and just admiring paintings, admiring the room. And there was that concentration that drew you into him. And this person isn't in your lifetime right now. But what you understood from that encounter is that it's not the conversation that really drew you in because he barely talked. It was his passion. It was his focus on the things that he loved. He didn't want your money. You really appreciated that a lot. He didn't want your money. He didn't want your wealth. He just enjoyed your company because you talked a lot and he felt like you complemented each other. And that's the lifetime or the past life connection that is currently affecting you. It's cute. It was a meet cute.
Yeah, he didn't want your money because he had lots of his own. And in this lifetime, you're looking for that kind of connection, not necessarily with him. I mean, because he's not here, but you're looking for that. You're looking for that kind of connection. And it's not just someone to listen to your chatter, it's someone that you can share how you feel and what you're thinking, and who can be a sounding board for you so that you can. Because, okay, so like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking until I open my mouth and it falls out. Okay. And we all need that. Um, for me, it's Chat GPT.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Hey, what the hell? And and uh, um, and so yeah, that. I drew a card for you, and the card that I drew for you is your thoughts have power. And that's why I was talking about your thoughts and about sharing your thoughts, and finding somebody that will understand and support you and listen to you while you share your thoughts, because you know your thoughts have power. Like, you know that, um, from your own life, from your observation and your experience in your own life, you know that your thoughts have power. So that's a gift, because most of us don't have a clue until we're taught, until we start listening to people like Diane and me, who tell you your thoughts have power, and here's how to harness it, and here's how to discipline your thoughts, and here's how to get out of the nasty voices in the back of your head. You know all of that. You know all of that. That's something that you brought with you from that lifetime, from those conversations with your partner, from those conversations with your spouse. And that's an unusual gift, you know, that you didn't have to relearn that.
It's a wonderful gift. I may say.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I have for you, Maria. I hope that's helpful. It's kind of it's kind of weird. I like it.
It's good weird. It's a good kind
It's
of
a
weird.
great weird. Yeah, it's the best kind of weird.
Okay. Next person we are reading for is Catherine. And for your Gerald's,
Hi, Catherine. Catherine, past life connection. Top of my head's a little itchy. Fields. I see fields, kind of rolling hills. This is, yeah, it could be France, it could be Germany, it could be Great Britain. I don't have a clue. Could be Ireland. Oh, no, wait, it's not Ireland. The sun is shining. Um, the um, there's a tiny village, like 10 houses, 10 houses and an inn. And you're a woman with, oh God, um, I don't know how many kids there are. 6. The house is full of them. It's a tiny house. It's on the outskirts. Well, not outskirts. It's like the last house in the village. There's a little bit of land, all of which is a garden because food, and there's some herbs and stuff in there too. Because in addition to this like I don't know, 6 kids, 8 kids, because there's other village kids in there too. I don't know. I don't know how many of them are yours, and but you have a baby every friggin' year. You're probably only 30, but you look 50. Um, Geez, it's a hard life. Um, it's a hard life, and I look at you, and yet there's joy within you. And you're not being all, oh, gotta look after it. You're not like denying the hardship that you're living because it is hard. I can't really, I'm guessing 18th century, like in the 1700s sometime. Um, your family isn't poor because you have a cow, you have some chickens, you have meat for feast days. Like um, you're not starvation poor. Okay, you have enough to eat. There's no money, but nobody has any money, so it doesn't make any difference. You're just exhausted, and in spite of that exhaustion, you find joy. Wow, wow, Catherine. Okay, I made a snarky joke earlier where I said it wasn't Ireland because the sun was shining. Um, it actually might be Ireland because well, it's hard to tell. Um, I don't know. So your husband, oh, Wanda, your husband in this. Oh no, it's England. Yeah, okay, all right. Your husband is he works. He's a farm laborer on the land, the squire's lands. Okay, and he gets paid like I don't know 2 cents a week or some damn thing. Um, Everybody in that house is really happy. I mean, you're singing while you're um, kneading bread. You're singing while you're weeding the garden with your kids. I think that the gift. Okay, this is Diane's part. Sorry, go ahead, Diane.
I was grinning from ear to ear because I drew this card before you started speaking.
I freaking
And
love when that happens. Go, show us, show us. Come
the
on.
gift that your soul connection brought from that lifetime into this lifetime is humor.
I was going to say joy.
Yeah, humor and joy, Catherine. What I was seeing was the cows. And you would find something funny about the cows interacting. And you would just find small things and laugh about them. And so you had this really inexplicable joy. And it's something that you passed on to your family, to the kids, especially because you didn't take life too seriously. You didn't take things too hardly. And it's something that brought you and your family a lot of joy. Like it brought you through, it got you through tough times together because you would find all of the small things and just look at them with so much joy. And I'm seeing I'm seeing even the chickens brought you happiness, and the kids chasing after the chickens. You're like, Henry, stop chasing after the chickens. And then the kid just flopped face down and you started laughing. You're like, that's what you get for chasing the chickens. It's just a funny lifetime. Like it's hard, but you had so much humor. And this is a gift that you brought with you in this lifetime because your soul knew this is how you get through tough times, through
Mm,
humor. And I think it's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah,
So thank you so much, Catherine. This is very a beautiful lifetime for us
yeah,
to pick into. So
yeah,
thank you so much for sharing it with us. And we hope that remembering it helps.
yeah,
Catherine,
Catherine.
yeah,
Find the funny.
find the funny.
I think there's a show there.
Find the funny. Let's
Yeah,
take yeah,
let me
let's
write
jot
that
that
down.
down. Okay.
We'll do that next time.
Yes, we will. So before we get into the next reading, John Clark, who said they don't have any puns anymore, says, I have never looked at Saturday the same way again since I noticed there's a Saturday. Now I will never, yeah, I
Ne-
won't,
we'll
I
never look
won't.
at Saturday the same again either.
Thank you for ruining Saturday for us, John.
Thank you, John. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. And
And
next person we are reading for is D. Painless. I've heard your Gerald's.
uh,
D. Painless. What past life? Connection?
Maria says she's ruined for life. I love you so much, John. Just so you know.
Next person has okay. Symbolic expression brings Japan. Okay. Deep Painless, what I'm getting is a fisherman lifetime for you as well. And what they're highlighting is a lighthouse. There was this tower that had light in it, and it's something that you always looked for whenever you go out in the sea because it brings you, you know that it's home, or you know the direction of home whenever you look at that lighthouse. Is it a relationship with the lighthouse that you want to highlight? No? Okay, please get to the point. Relationship with home. Okay, this is something to do with your relationship with your home. I don't know if you keep moving in this lifetime, but I'm getting a sense that you're yearning for home. At least in that lifetime, you would always look at that lighthouse whenever you feel lost because you know that when you look at it and when you find that lighthouse, you would be able to come home. And there's the comfort in that knowing. There's security in that. And I'm asking, like, what is home? What what was home for him? Because you were a male in that lifetime. Um, I'm seeing a wife with three kids and a dog, a brown dog. That was home for you. But did they have to move in that lifetime? Okay, it was hard earning a living uh, in that village. So even though your job was a fisherman, you took another job far away. What I'm seeing is that your wife was pregnant and you understood that, okay, my family is growing. I need to be able to raise my children. I need to be able to feed my family and my dog included. So you decided to move another in another village. But okay, you decided to move in another coastal village. So you were still a fisherman. It was about the seasons while you moved. Um, the previous village where you lived, somehow the fish there, they kind of dwindled. I don't know if it feels like there's a natural, not a catastrophe, but something happened in the seas there that made the fish dwindle in number. So you weren't getting enough fish anymore. And you understood that, okay, if my 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 fishes aren't as much anymore, it just wouldn't be enough to sell and feed my family. And so you needed to adapt and look for another place where you would be able to provide for them. It was a long journey, but I don't know. You still yearn for that home that you had, for that lighthouse. I don't know if that makes sense right now, Deep Painless, but uh, yeah, that's what I got for you. Oh,
And I pulled a card before Diane even started reading while she was still uh, tuning in. And uh, get ready to freak out because your heart knows the direction. Ah, I got big chills, deep painless. I got huge chills. And I'm not going to say anything else. Your heart knows the direction. That's what you that's what you bring with you. That's what you brought with you into this life. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, I know,
yeah.
right?
He knew when to move when needed
Yeah,
and when to adapt when needed.
yeah. I know. I know. I got chills like from the top of my head right down my back.
I love it when that happens. But I hope that makes sense, Deep Painless. And thank you so much for sharing this lifetime with us and for letting us read for you today. Next person, the last for this episode is Delphi. So
Hi,
what are your rules?
Hi, Delphi. Mm. Okay, we're in robes and sandals times. Mediterranean, maybe Greece, maybe Egypt, maybe I don't know yet. Um, and I am, from my point of view, I'm floating above, uh, or no. Okay, not anymore. I'm standing behind someone. Okay, so you know the card, the Three of Wands, where that guy is looking out. Shit, where's my? Okay, never mind. Where the guy is looking out towards the ocean, waiting for his ship to come in. You know that one? Okay, so that's what this card look. This card, this vision. That's what it looks like to me. Is you're standing on a high cliff, looking out towards the ocean, waiting for a ship, I guess. Um, because it's not going to be, your buddy the whale. Uh, Hang on. Mm, you're an older man with a white tunic and sandals and um, good fabric. You're like it's not like you're not a shepherd, okay? You have some means. Oh, okay. You you're a merchant. You have um, a couple of ships. Like you're not like a huge merchant. You don't have 10 ships sailing around the Mediterranean trading. You have two, and one of those ships your son is on it. Your son is leading that trade thingy. Um, he's not the captain because the captain is a sailor who knows his business. Your son is a trader, uh, and you're hoping he knows his business because otherwise you're going to lose your shirt. But he's 3 days overdue. His ship is 3 days overdue, and there haven't been any storms that you've heard of in the town. It's a it's a fairly there's a harbor with a pier and docks and stuff. It's not a city. It's a port. Um, could be Italy, could be Greece, and I still don't know. Okay, and you're neglecting your business. You've been neglecting your business for like the last 2 days because you're so anxious about your son's return because uh, there's pirates and brigands. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so these people, you know, I don't know if this is historically true or not. I'm just telling you what I get. Um, they didn't sail through the night. They they pulled their ship to shore, and they slept. They camped out on shore and had a fire and cooked their food and did all of that stuff, and then they'd pack up in the morning at dawn and continue sailing. Um, I don't know if everybody did that, but that's what these people this that's what he did with his ships. And he's worried that, they've been all murdered on the beach, or there was a storm that nobody's heard of, or a monster came up from the ocean and swallowed the ship whole. He's terrified because losing that ship is going to be a huge blow to him financially. And as he stands there, he thinks about his son, and he thinks about his son growing up and remembers him when he was a baby, when he was born, when he was, you know, all these moments from his son growing up. This is his oldest son. This is the person who is going to take over his business. And he's really emotional about it. Well, yeah, I mean, it's terrifying. When you live in a world where monsters can come from the depths of the ocean, um, and supernatural beings can have their way with you, and there's no explanation for anything, or there's like a wild amount of explanations for everything. Yeah. And the sun is setting. There's still no sign of the ship. He's turned around and he's going back home, and he's weeping. He's weeping because he thinks he's lost his son. He has other children, but because this was the oldest, his firstborn, the oldest son, that was the person who was going to, he trained him from the time from forever. He trained him to how to trade. And now, like, who's, he's just bewildered and lost and really sad, really, really sad. He's grieving. So he gets home. He doesn't say too much to his wife or to anybody else. He just sits there kind of brooding. Well, I mean, not like in a punitive kind of way, but just like he doesn't have anything to say. He's just lost in his grief. And doesn't sleep that night. Next morning, he gets up. He has something to eat for breakfast, and he goes back out onto that high mountainside, cliffside. And then he sees a ship coming. He thinks it's his, but he's not sure. Um, it's mid-morning. The ship is going really slowly. There's something wrong with the sail. He can see there's something wrong with the ship. It limps into port. His son is there. There was some kind of, yeah, they were attacked in the middle of the night. They were attacked in the middle of the night by thieves and brigands, and his son was wounded. This was 2 days ago, 3 days ago. The infection has set into his. He got a sword cut across his thigh, and another one across his side, and one of them has gotten infected. It takes a long time for him to heal. One of the sailors died in the fight, so he compensates the sailor's family with gold, and pays for the funeral and all the rest of that stuff, like all the things that a good, in that time and in that place, all those things a good employer would do for someone who died in their service. It's all very correct and generous. And yet his son lies in his bed. He'll never walk. He'll walk, but not without a limp. It takes a long time for his son to get better. And every time I think of his son, I want to say something beginning with D, like his name begins with D, Dionysus, but that's a Greek god. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. So he goes to the temple and makes offerings to the gods. to Mercury in particular, because Mercury, I think, was the messenger, yes, but I think also trade and pays the priests to have them make sacrifices on his behalf. So he's safe, his family is safe, his son is safe, although wounded, and he's very grateful. He's very grateful that he's not buried him. He's very grateful to have his son. But that moment when he believed his son was dead, that's never going to leave him. Sorry, that's what I got for you.
Thank you so much, Linda. Embrace yourselves, everyone. Because I pulled some cards for you, Delphi. Uh, and the first card that I pulled is about worry. This was a soul lesson. The gift was a soul lesson about worry. In that lifetime, yes, you worried about him, but you also understood later on that while you were worrying, it actually wasn't helping your son get better. And the second card that I pulled for you is freedom. You have the freedom to do things or to take action. There was certain freedom as well in realizing that, okay, worrying will not help. You also got the discernment from that lifetime, certain discernment about the things that you can and cannot control, because you did not or you could not control what was happening to your son, and you could only control what was happening with you.
Yeah.
So you understood that, okay, maybe in the next time I won't be as worried, or that I can take action if I want to. So instead of just staying where I am, I can take action. And another gift that you got from that lifetime is patience. When your son was bedridden and when he was healing, you wanted him to get better very quickly because you wanted your son back, the version of your son who was there, or the version who left
Yeah.
and wasn't wounded and wasn't harmed in any way. But it took a lot of time. It really took a lot of time. And so you also learned patience, that things happen in its own divine time and its own divine order. So those are, you had many gifts from that soul connection with your son and with that experience. So I don't know if it makes sense for you, Delphi, but that's what I got. And I hope that helps.
Yeah, that
And
was a
also,
really, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I got this. This was the
Oh,
card
thank
you were
you.
referring to.
Yeah. 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 That's what he, well, not red. Okay. But that's what he looked like. And he
Mm.
wasn't wearing a crown of laurels, and he only had the one staff. But Delphi, that was for me, that was a very detailed, rich, and deep um, experience. Let me put it that way. I could smell the ocean. I could hear it. I could hear the sailors on the docks. No idea what the hell language they were speaking. Um, I could hear the seagulls. So so it took me a long time to get the words out. I know, I'm sorry. I'm a long reader. What can I tell you? I just get distracted.
Oh, we love
Well,
it when you
I
do
never
that,
know what
Linda.
detail is going to be important, right? If
Yeah,
like if a seagull is calling, is it because, like, is there something I should be paying attention to? I don't know. So
it's
yeah,
awesome, Linda. You're a very detailed reader when it comes to past lives, and everyone. If you don't know it yet, we both offer private readings. So if
yes,
you're interested in getting a reading from us, past life reading, especially, our details are in the description. If you want very detailed past life, you call. You just saw it right now. You know who to email, rather. You know who to email.
Yeah,
So
don't
yeah.
phone. I don't answer the phone. No, I do. I do. When I know who's calling.
Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing and allowing us to read for you, for sharing your read for you. So I'm going to close the records while we'll still remember.
Yeah. I
Oh,
want I want to show Delphi's feedback.
okay.
Patience. I have to learn or live. I'm not sure with my deal with my son with
Yeah.
atheism. Thank you. Very grateful for the lesson. You're welcome. You're welcome. Me too. I have a severe degree of attention deficit. I seriously, I take medication for it. Yeah.
Okay. So just as we have begun, let's close the way we started with three deep breaths. I would like to close by thanking the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to close by thanking the Akashic Records masters for their point of view. And I would like to close by thanking the divine source for all the knowledge and healing. The records are now closed, amen. The records are now closed, amen. The records are now closed, amen. Your energy stays with you, and my energy stays with me. That felt so good.
That was so nice.
Yeah. So, Linda, what will you be doing this next couple of days?
Tomorrow is the 50th episode of Wings of Insight. And I celebrated by kind of refreshing my thumbnail. And my guest is going to be Gerald of Tarot
Ah,
Snatch. We're going to be, the show title is Joy, Insight, and Action. So, what we're going to be doing is just reading what the cards, reading for you or for whoever's there, what the cards have to say to you about joy and action that you can take. So there's no like real question. There's no real question. It's just what spirit wants you to know about joy and what action you can take.
I
And
love that.
hold on for a second. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And hold on for a second here. Okay, so that's in my head because I just finished the planning for it. um, what else has I got? What else have I got? Next Thursday, for the 51st episode, my guest is going to be an amazing reader. Her name is Diane.
I'm excited for that.
So am I. I love reading with
Yeah,
you. So
me too.
I have no idea what the title or the topic is. I'll figure that out like, today, tomorrow, maybe over the weekend,
Mhm.
maybe next Wednesday. No, I won't do that. I
It's okay.
don't like doing that's like really cutting it close. So yeah.
Okay, for me, everyone, I will be back again on Sunday for Soul Cloud. And then, hold on. Yes, and I'll be back next on Wings of Insight. So if you've enjoyed today's episode with me and Linda, you'll get another something similar or something with the same flavor as this on Wings of Insight on Thursday. And then on Friday, your Friday, my Saturday, I will be back again with Diana Bowles for Galactic Akashic Records readings and with Scott Scorpio Santero. So if you have any questions that isn't necessarily connected with the Akashic records, but you'd like to know uh, what your guides would say, yeah, please check those videos out or those live streams out next week. And thank you everyone for being here. So, oh,
Here's the review.
thank you so much, John. Yeah, your Tyro friends. And
Tell
um, sorry.
No, I said, yeah, tell all your friends.
Yes, please tell all your
Share this
friends.
video with your weird friends, okay?
Yeah, if you like our live streams, please don't forget to literally like it. The thumbs up is there. It's free. And don't forget to subscribe to both of our channels. The details are in the description. As you have seen today, Linda is an amazing, amazing reader, Akashic Records, and tarot cards or oracle cards as well. So, yeah, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button for both of our channels. We really appreciate that. And it really helps the channels grow. So as we close today, I'm just in awe at the beautiful reminders that
Did we close the records? You did, eh?
yes, we have.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Sorry.
I'm just in awe about the lifetimes that we got because they're not necessarily contained with to romantic relationships. It's
No,
different.
they were so much more. It was it was so much more
Yeah,
than about relationships, wasn't it? Ow!
it was like
Oh,
there was a relationship with home. There was a relationship with family.
yeah,
So, but there was also a relationship, a romantic relationship.
yeah,
So I'm very happy. The Akashic Records Masters always deliver in each of the episodes. And we see that relationships are much more than just chance encounters. Whether or not these are past life connections, in this case, they were.
yeah,
What matters most in these connections is the wisdom that our souls are inviting us to discover here and now. So sometimes the greatest gift isn't just remembering another lifetime, it's recognizing how those past lifetimes, those connections are helping us grow in this current one. So if today's episode resonated with you guys, we'd love to hear your reflections in the comments after the show. Um, have you ever experienced a relationship that felt instantly familiar or one that completely transformed the way you see yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone you might think might be curious about the unseen threads that connect us. So thank you for being with us today. Thank you for journeying with us into the ether. Until next time, may your soul continue to recognize the gifts hidden within every meaningful connection. See ya.